And this my 33rd pearl of wisdom, shared in stressful times for us all. I am happy to be alive and well enough to be marked present once more on the roster of life. I am sure you are too. My advice to you is, show it now. It is a good thing to receive wealth from the universe and the good health to enjoy it, to enjoy my work and to accept my lot in life. This is indeed a gift from the Master. Would you believe this is actually a rendering of the 5th chapter, verse 19 of Ecclesiastes in the Holy Bible? According to the authors of our Declaration of our National Independence, our Creator gave each of us the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. A former British Prime Minister, David Cameron, when he was in office, recognized this when he proposed polling all British residents each year to measure their general well-being. If we want to convince anyone that we truly follow Westminster-style democracy, we should mimic that too. But of course, we are not good at mimicking anything that is well-meaning because it would take too much thought and energy to implement, and good intentions are not what our politicians are elected to office to give life to on behalf of all the people. We have proved wanting in even mimicking Westminster-style democracy, far less anything else that is positive and good for our people. It is instructive to note that well-being cannot be measured by money or traded in the markets, Cameron is reported to have said. It is instead about the beauty of our surroundings, the quality of our way of life or culture, and above all, the strength of our relationships with one another. The beauty of our surroundings cannot be questioned. Unfortunately though, the continual downward spiral of the quality of our culture and the weakness of our relationships with each other continue to show us up as seriously wanting as a civilization. Young people of Grenada, pull up your chair and pay attention because I have something very valuable for you to take away from this edition here today. A researcher in Australia is reported to have found that life goals and choices have as much or even more impact on happiness than our body chemistry or genetic makeup. Another study found that half of our happiness is determined by factors other than biology. 10% is connected to life circumstances, and the other 40% is dependent on our life decisions. It is not what happens to you or what you have or don't have that is important. It is how your mind is arranged and the choices that you make. The story is told by this loving father that when his daughter was just a little baby and he'd get her out of her crib on mornings, she would be so excited to hear him coming that she'd start jumping up and down. She'd give him a great big full body hug with her arms and legs and then a big kiss. Why was she so excited? She was just happy for the dawning of a new day. She was excited to be alive, to have another day to enjoy. She was full of enthusiasm. But of course, you ought to remember me telling you that enthusiasm comes from the Greek word entheos, with theos meaning God. This man's daughter was filled with God and a super portion of excitement that he has placed in each and every one of us. One man wakes up in the morning and says, "Lord, you mean it's morning already?" While the other one wakes up and says, "Lord, thank you for this new day." Which one are you? We should never forget how to celebrate each day that we are given an opportunity to be alive and well. Too often, as we get older, we let the challenges of life push us down and sadden our spirits. Many of us continue to make poor choices that worsen our circumstances and complain as if we are a victim of someone else's doing, without realizing that if we keep on doing what we're doing, we will keep on getting what we're getting. Every day is a gift from God, and once this day is gone, we can never retrieve it. If we continue to make the mistake of being negative, discouraged, grumpy, or even sour, we've wasted the day. I know many people who squander their years by being unhappy because somebody is not treating them right, or because they are not getting their way, or even because their plans are not working out as quickly as they would like them to. I have made up my mind a long time now to not waste any more days with the wrong people. I am celebrating each day as a gift it truly is from God to me, for the simple reason to increase, to improve, and soar like an eagle. As a result, I am of the mental frame that my elevation will cause some to be uncomfortable, especially in this challenging season. But I'm doing it anyway. When you become at one with yourself and your purpose, it becomes easy to declutter, which leads you to remove the things and people that are not good for you. You become a minimalist by discovering how little you actually need to travel lightly. As Jake Woodward said, imagine your mind is like a garden and your thoughts are the seeds. You get to choose what seeds you plant in it. You can plant seeds of positivity, love, and abundance. Or you can plant seeds of negativity, fear, and lack. You can also spend time trying to take care of everyone else's garden. Or you can work on making yours beautiful to attract other beautiful people to your garden. Folks, Ecclesiastes 7:29 tells us, when God made man, he made him simple. But man chose to complicate his own life. We've got to start thinking like we are blessed, talking like we are blessed, and acting like we are blessed, because that's how our blessings get activated. Find people to associate with who stretch you and cause you to grow. Leave the fakes alone. And God knows Grenada has become a factory for fake friends and fake people in general. When you have to second guess how someone you associate with really feels about you, that relationship is steeped in hypocrisy. It is stuck in a place of pretense, deception, and lies. Your consciousness should be aroused, and you ought to realize it is time to move on. Go look for progressive people. Hang around 5 confident people and become the 6th. Hang around 5 intelligent people and become the 6th. Hang around 5 genuinely rich people and become the 6th. But just remember, by the same token, if you hang around 5 hypocrites or idiots, you will surely become the 6th. Go out and look for people who love you, motivate and inspire you, encourage you, enhance you, and make you happy. If you know people who do none of these things to you, let them go. When you find the love wherever you go, stay there. Remember not to share your good fortunes of encountering good people with your fake friends. They will try to discourage you from forging that real, genuine, meaningful relationship. Treat your energy like you will treat money, which to many of you is all important. Budget it, save it, find ways to increase it. Invest it where you know you will get a positive return, etc. When you place value on your energy like you would any other form of currency, you will be surprised at how much will change in your reality. Our energy is our currency. If it is negative, we will be saddled with the debt of guilt and worry. If it is positive, we will see the promised land of our dreams realized, and great karma will encircle us always. Money is just symbolic for exchange of energy. This is why you pay attention. Quite a number of us who are materially centered thought 2020 would have been the year we get everything we wanted. But 2020 turned out instead to be the year we get to appreciate everything we have. Stop making excuses. If you are tired, the solution is simply sleep earlier. If you are out of shape, exercise more. If you don't have time, quit watching too much television or using social media. Don't have money? Stop wasting the little you have. Seems too complicated? Start small and try. Don't have knowledge? Learn and read a book or Google things. We all know what we need to do, but most of us still don't do it because it's hard to go out of our comfort zone, and it's easier to just make excuses and blame our situation on others whose fault it is never. Daniel J. Scott put it quite well when he said, "Motivation must come from within, not from without. Your drive must be based on what you can give and not what you can get. Be fierce in delivering your perfection. Be relentless. Do not apologize or feel guilty for delivering your greatness. It is not your fault so many others fail to see or realize their own potential. It is easy to focus on what's wrong in your life, what you don't have, and how big your obstacles are. But if you are not careful, you will lose sight of all the good things the Master has done for you. Don't take for granted the family, friends, and opportunity you are blessed with. If you are in such a hurry and so stressed that you fail to appreciate the gift of today, yes, today, you will lose your joy and your ability to be happy every day of the week. It is all about keeping things in perspective. Business may be slow, but it is the wrong perspective to think, I'm not going to make it. The right perspective is to think, God is supplying all my needs. We can put two people in the exact same circumstances, and one will be complaining, negative, and just enduring life, while the other would be happy, grateful, and enjoying life. What's the difference? Their perspectives. It is how each chooses to see the same situation. As we fumble, mumble, and jumble through our current circumstances of hardships brought on by the pandemic, some of us ought to expect people in more need than us to come to us for help. I am known to welcome anyone and will try to help in any way I can. That said though, there are some people who just keep coming back for more. Those are consummate beggars. These negative, needy, and greedy people constantly dump their problems on your doorsteps and expect you to clean them up. They only know the sad song and sing it so very well. But after crying with them through 8 or even 9 verses, you will catch yourself and realize they don't want to be helped or encouraged. They just want to unload on you and reload with your goodies. They suck the energy right out of you. Some needy people can abuse your kindness. Sometimes you have to put up with their difficulties and love them back to wholeness. But you can't spend your whole life knee-deep in their troubles. How did they get there in the first place? Poor choices. Interestingly, they promise you that they will never do again the same things that got them in trouble in the first place. But trust me, as soon as they see their way and they can relax a little, they are right back to behaving as if things are normal and the repeat recommences. I have found through the hard way that sometimes the best help you can give a negative, needy person is not to help them at all, for fear that you will be enabling their dysfunction. Sometimes the magic question we ought to ask ourselves is whether our friends are making us stronger, or are they challenging us to become better at what we do, or just better members of our community. Our time on this earth is brief and limited, and therefore to be treated valuably. We all have a destiny to fulfill, and we will not be able to make it if we carry negative and needy people on our backs. The solution is to be found in the Bible many of you love to quote and tote somewhere in Mark, which explains how Christ put out those who doubted him. Show them the door, be kind, be polite, but pull away. The Master wants to be different. He's given each of us different personalities, different strengths, different hobbies, different looks, different talents. We are all made differently, so we can sharpen one another and cause each other to rise up higher in life. As I depart here today, I remind you that you will never be criticized by someone who's doing more than you. You will only be criticized by someone who's doing less than you, if at all anything. To your unlimited possibilities.